Envision that fragile moment at dawn. A battle-hardened Russian driver, no more than 25, fingers white-knuckled on the T-80's wheel in Donetsk's chill embrace, his mind drifting to a Rostov evening, his little brother's soccer game, his mother's worried embrace, as 29 armored giants grind forward toward Shakhove and Volodymyrivka, the Kremlin's desperate autumn thrust of 2025. They chase the ghost of victory, a swift shatter of Ukraine's Pokrovsk line, Donbas reclaimed in thunderous glory. Yet, in just 6 blistering hours, illusion ignites to ash. Ukrainian FPV drones descend like fate's own judgment, artillery howls with vengeful precision, and the iron horde fractures into 29 smoking husks, survivors scrambling from the inferno's maw. Brothers, this is no clash of steel. It's a visceral cry of the earth itself rejecting invasion, where every scar on the soil bears a family's unspoken ache. Join me for the next 8 minutes as we peel back the Russian gamble's veil, Ukraine's searing riposte, the lingering shadows on souls, and the defiant ember that refuses to dim. Hang tight. You'll taste the dust and feel the pulse of unbroken will. Hit me in the comments. Fury or folly? Which grips you harder? Donetsk whispers warnings through its wounded veins, a tapestry of trenches and toppled spires, where autumn leaves cloak the bones of battles past. Shakhove and Volodymyrivka, modest sentries on the front's frayed hem, guard the gateway to Pokrovsk, their humble fields now eternal witnesses to ambition's folly, homes hollowed by echoes of what once was laughter and life. Russia, cornered by winter's loom and Putin's unyielding glare, unleashes its mechanized maelstrom. October 28, 2025, 29 behemoths, T-72s, BMP-3s, bridging beasts, lurch from fortified shadows, an armored avalanche aimed at these outposts to flank and fell Ukraine's bastion. ISW's razor-sharp October 29 dissection confirms a full battalion thrust, the 114th Motorized Rifle Brigade's finest, rotated from hellish holds, driven by decrees of decisive dominance. Commanders, brows furrowed under helmets heavy with half-truths, stake it all. High ground for the taking, supply choke points crushed, a domino fall to reclaim Donbas before frost fetters the fight. Yet woven in the roar, a tender thread. These vessels of war ferry fragile dreams, drivers like that Rostov son, pockets heavy with talismans from tearful goodbyes, mothers tuning radios to static-laced silence, brothers enlisting to fill the void. Sanctions gnaw at the empire's core, forges forging phantoms of former fearsomeness, but desperation demands the dash, a veil for the 1.2 million ghosts already haunting the ledger since 22. Gains? Mere mouthfuls of mud purchased with pulses that fade too soon. Sense the sorrow in the surge? It's war's hidden hymn. For home. For halt. If you were in that lead tank, what memory would steel your spine? Spill it below. Let's etch their humanity into the narrative. Ukraine's guardians, forged in fire's cruel kiln, sense the serpent slither and strike with symphony's savage grace. Vigilant spotters, eyes etched with the ink of innumerable nights, relay the serpent's sinuous path in whispers of wire. Fire direction centers hum with the harmony of hate turned holy. First wave, FPV phantoms, humble heroes of hobbyist hands, plunge 25 strong, piercing veils of vapor to kiss the vanguard with cataclysmic caresses, lead T-72s erupting in symphonies of shrapnel. ISW chronicles the crescendo. Hour 1 claims 8 infernos, hatches hissing open to desperate escapes amid acrid veils. Hour 2, HIMARS harps from hidden veils, cluster choruses carving the column to chaos, BMPs ballet into oblivion, bridge builders buckling before birth. By the third act, flank forays with javelins join the jubilee, rear echelons ensnared in emerald fire, panic's prelude plays as petals jam in reverse reverie. Finale at hour 6, 29 pyres pierce the plain, Oryx's October 30th ledger locking the lament, a mechanized mausoleum where empire's engines exhale their last. The 110th Brigade, Avdiivka's anvil-tempered artisans, conducts this catharsis. Drones dreamed in dim-lit dens, gunners grips ghosts of gripped grudges, all animated by ancestors ardent, endure. No glee in the grim tally, but grace in the guard, shielding soil for the saplings who will skip these scarred sands someday. Russia's relics, routed by resolve, embargoed edges no edge against allied acuity and ancestral audacity. The scar,
deeper than dented hulls, survivors scarred by screams, squads sundered, spirits splintered like splintered steel. This isn't wrath's wanton waste, it's the rhythm of refusal, a refusal to fade. Thrill in the takedown or tremble at the toll? Poll the comments. Symphony of salvation or somber slaughter? As embers ember the evening, ambition's ashes settle like unspoken sorrows over Donetsk's despoiled domain. Shakhove's sighs now scented with scorched steel and silent schemes. Russia's reap, beyond 29 carcasses, cadres crippled, 114th Corps contused, compelled to crawl back to covert corners for convalescence. Wide awake, Putin's Pokrovsk phantasm falters. ISW's October 28th oracle, orating of ounces gained against Ukrainian bulwarks unbent. Casualties crest 1.2 million, coffers collapsing under conflict's crush. Yet state scribes scribe sagas of steadfast strides, shrouding the shroud. Ukraine exhales, assets averted, arcs affirmed, ardor and undying aurora. FPVs as fiscal fortresses fending fortified foes, creativity the clarion call. Yet the yoke's yoke, that driver's dash ended in ditch. Rostov rooms resonant with absence. Spotter sights seared by ceaseless scans, souls softened by each salvo shadow. Inferno's intimate inferno scorches not solely in sparks, but in silences after. Lineages lacerated, legacies lost to limbo, a landscape lusting for lullaby. This tempest, a tapestry of tenacity, 6 hours scripting sagas, schooling that stratagem spares the spared, but serenity stitches the sundered. What's the whisper it wakes in you? The weight of the wreckage or the wonder of the withstand? Unveil it below. Our chorus comforts the concealed. Sisters and kin, Donetsk's dawn duel defies the drumbeat of despair, where treads tread and turn to testimony, one unyielding hour honoring horizons of healing. Honor the hallowed and the hail. May this blaze birth not bitterness, but bridges to breaths unbound by battle. If it kindle your core, the clashes clamor, the courage's call, lend your light, subscribe to stoke the stories untold. Next blaze, Kiev's Kremlin kindling, sparks in the sovereign seat. Your soul stir from this storm? Comments cascade, your cadence calls them home. Till twilight yields to true tomorrow, cherish the chase for calm. Fade to fields fertile with forgotten fire.